everyone. Welcome back to the Community HOPEcast from Hope Community Services. I'm your host, Annie. Thank you for joining us for another segment of our AAPI Spotlight. Today, we are filming this in May, and May highlights Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And one of the things that we wanted to do at Hope Community Services is to really highlight and uplift our partners' voices. So today, I have Asian American Senior Citizens Service Center. It's a hefty name, so we just call them by AASCSC, and they're our trusted partners that we have worked so closely together with, especially during the COVID-19 pandemic. And today, I have 3 of their amazing team members who are going to talk a little bit about their organization and highlight their favorite experiences. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Ooh, we love. Okay. Can everyone introduce themselves, say their name, their role, and what their favorite type of fry is?
My name is Jennifer Wang. I'm the Executive Director of AASCSC.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jillian. I'm staff at AASCSC. I do a lot of different roles at AASCSC with different programs and just help out here and there. My favorite fry would be In-N-Out. The light well fries.
Ooh, and so not too crispy.
Yeah.
All right,
you don't want it to be too greasy.
That's true. I felt that.
Hello, I'm Brianna Weepy, and I am on staff at AASCSC. I also just work in a little bit of all the programs. And my favorite fry would have to be Jack in the Box curly fries.
Ooh, I love curly fries.
Can't go wrong with that.
Can't go wrong with that. Wow. We just like that. I just love this. I'm so excited that you guys are here today. So thank you for coming on. And to really get started, to let our community know what AASC does, Jennifer, can you talk briefly about the history, the background, maybe the growth and of AASC and how it got started? Who do you guys serve? I want a very thorough description. I want everybody to know what you guys do and who you
want
guys
the real
are.
tea.
I want the real tea.
Okay. Well, we actually started 35 years ago. This year is our 35th anniversary. We started in 1989 because we actually had a group of overseas students who came and decided they wanted to stay here. And they brought over their parents because they needed help raising their kids. So 35 years ago, they realized the senior centers in the cities didn't really serve in language. And so they created AASCSC, and their hope really was to create a place where the seniors felt that they belong. So our philosophy is to care for elders as if they were our own. And, you talked about, how have we evolved? Our philosophy, it also has evolved. In fact, right now it's to care for elders and children as if they were our own. Because we take an intergenerational and cross-cultural approach to our work. And you mentioned the COVID-19. COVID-19 really was a test for us. All the investment, I would say, that we made in the community, in the neighborhoods, in the seniors, in the youth, in families, it paid off. If you recall, when the pandemic hit and eventually we had access to vaccines, we had to do a call to the seniors. We had to do a call to the community and say, this will help save your lives. This is hope. And they had to trust us. I mean, we weren't even ready to get vaccinated. When I was asked, how many seniors do you have? I had to say, I don't know. We haven't educated them as of yet. So I still recall we had to make that faithful calls. And I would say that really has solidified our belief that you have to serve your neighbors. You have to be within the community and in the neighborhoods to find out what's really happening, what are their struggles. And interesting enough, I always say, AASCSCs, when it comes to our older adults especially, it's an open senior center concept. We get the healthiest, vibrant people who want to socialize through our doors, through our events. But actually, the ones that I'm interested in serving and helping are the ones that will never come through our doors. We want the seniors who come to us to share the resources. We want the seniors and even the youth to go back home and share their resources, whether it's with your own grandparents or their neighbors, but to take that time to figure out how can we better serve them? Because the reality is there is a bit of a deprivation when they move over here, sense of losing their identity, sense of losing their self And I have to say, AASCSC, our role is to remind them that this is your second chance, third chance, fourth chance in your life. I mean, everybody's only lived once. And so for us, we're always emphasizing there should be grace in our lives.
Wait, I might actually cry because that was like so cute. And you guys do so much for the community. No, I actually might cry. But I know that you guys have a variety of programs serving all age ranges, and I love seeing whatever you guys post on social media, always actively promoting your programs to get the community involved. Bree and Jillian, you guys are active in a bunch of programs. Can you tell me a little bit about the programs that you guys are active in?
So we have a lot of programs, like you said, a whole range of ages, even from in the womb all the way to growing up as an older adult. So we have our family services program where we have some families come in and we help them, educate them, like Jennifer said, to help their families and give them some assessments to ensure that their families have enough resources to live a healthy lifestyle. We also have our youth program, which Bria and I are a part of, our YAL Youth Action League program, where it's usually around middle schoolers to high schoolers who come into AASCSC, and we teach them different leadership skills or other professional skills, as well as gaining volunteer experience through, the community service that we do. And we just educate them, give them mentorship, and help them expand their knowledge of the world and the community.
Wow.
And then we also have our North Star entrepreneurship program, which we don't work much in, but it's for individuals who want to start businesses or passionate about starting off their businesses. And also our mental health program, which consists of our family services and also HVP. And within our mental health program, we try to express the importance of mental health being all around. And that's physical health, what we go through inside, not just the outside as well.
Do you guys get a break? I hope you guys get breaks, man, because you guys are like out here supporting the community that you guys are working in, especially at your site. Every time I come to their building to just like visit or something and drop off boba, it's like everyone is scrambling. And I'm like, yo, pause, like, let's breathe. But besides your current programs, what I'm actually interested in most in is how you guys joined AASC and it got to the roles that you guys are doing now. Can you guys let me know how you guys started?
Sure. Okay, I'll start. So this would be my 12th anniversary this year.
Wow.
So what happened was back in the 2010 census, I was tasked to be the Chinese specialist, in which I was responsible for really getting the word out and making sure people get counted in the community. And it really evolved because the people that I engaged, they opened doors. They opened mainstream doors, not just Chinese organizations or Chinese community, but for example, it was open a door in Irvine at IVC, Diamond Jamboree, UCI. So by the time I think it was like a year campaign, I was approached by the people who were managing AASCSC. And they said, hey, like, you know the community, and we see that you work really well with all ages, especially the older adult and the first generation. And to tell you the truth, I said, no, thank you. That's a really big responsibility. And I always tell people I kind of got tricked. So they invited me to be on the board of directors. And for some time after serving on the board, I realized, you know what, I think I can do something as a staff. So that was my journey.
For me, I joined, I think, my sophomore year of college. So that would be around like 3 years before now. And before this job at AASCSC, I was a behavior technician because I'm a psych student. So I was trying to see like what career would fit me best. And I absolutely felt really burnt out by the job. And I knew that that was not for me. but I just kept on trying to, persevere through it, and like also knowing that even though I may not be there for that long, I would still at least hopefully be able to help the autistic children. So when I finally decided to leave because it was like getting too much for my mental health, that's when I joined AASCSC. And I actually knew Jennifer from church from a long time ago. In a way, she kind of watched me grow up. So because of that connection, I was able to be introduced to AASCSC and started vaccinations, met you guys, and then that's how my journey started.
I started off actually as an intern at AASCSC. I was in a master's program at Cal State Long Beach, and one of the requirements was doing an internship. And so I literally searched on Google internships available for Pacific Islander people. And AASCSC was the first one that popped up, and I opened their website. I got into contact with Luna and Roy, and I got my interview. And just my intern experience was something that it meant a lot to me because it showed me what I'm passionate about. And I came in thinking like this is just going to be an internship and then I'll be out in the next couple months. But the more work I did with my own community made me more passionate about moving forward with AASCSC. So when I graduated with my master's, Jennifer and Luna and Jim put me in the room and they were like, well, we don't want to let you go. So if you want to stay. And I was like, I'm staying. I am staying. So I'll be hitting my 2-year anniversary soon with AASCSC.
Wow. You guys are so admirable with like the passion that you guys hold in serving the community and really growing the entire organization. Because I also met ASC in 2021 with Jillian when I first started vaccine clinics. And at first I just joined because I was tossed there as a volunteer, but they didn't let me, they were like, hey, we have 2 organizations. There's AASC and there's Hope. Which one do you want to go under? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I can go with both. But then, like, either way, like, whoever was there, especially AASC, you guys, like, accepted everyone as a volunteer, as, like, family. And I think that's, like, such a great aspect of the whole organization as a whole because you guys are so accepting. You guys are so open. You guys are so, like your hands are literally out there to just grab anyone who's passing by. And that's something that I find so admirable of you guys. So I just want to give a special thank you for the amazing work that you guys do and to get some rest because you guys work really hard. But in terms of like celebrating May, which is AAPI Heritage Month, one of the things that we also wanted to focus is how does our culture really tie into our community work? So I wanted to ask you guys, like, how do you guys connect with your culture and like describe how you celebrate your culture? Who wants to take it away? Bree?
Okay.
But you want to talk, I don't know, but maybe you want to talk about what you did at mini celebrations. I thought that was beautiful.
Okay. So I'll first off and I'll start off first and say that I am a Tongan American, half Samoan American woman. And we just had our many celebrations, which incorporates celebrating AAPI month. And so our program coordinator, Michelle, she kind of took lead and she was just like, we were in our office, we were doing some work and I was in my corner stressing and she was in her corner stressing. And she turned around and she was like, Bree, I need a favor. And I was like, okay, yeah. Like thinking that it was like, let's go grab lunch or let's go have a venting sesh. And she turned around and she was like, I need you to do a cultural dance for May celebrations. And I turned around and I was like, what? Because I hadn't done a cultural dance in a while. It's something that does mean a lot to me. And so when she had asked me, I was very shocked. But then I was like, you know what? I'm a stick it out. I'm going to do one for the team. And for my girl, Michelle, shout out to Michelle. And I ended up doing a Tongan cultural dance at many celebrations, and just the celebration of Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. It means so much to me, especially with Pacific Islanders, because we're a very small group in this community, and so I did the dance, and I think it was just heartwarming to see everyone's faces and to see how proud everybody was that I was of how proud everyone was of me to represent the Tongan culture and Tongan community. So yeah, it was amazing, and I got a little emotional doing it, but it was something I was very proud of doing.
I'm proud of you. I'm literally looking at the way how like Jennifer and Jillian look at you, and they're like, "Damn!" And I feel like she did that.
My eyes are glimmering.
You cooked and you ate.
Yeah.
You're eating it up.
Yeah.
Jennifer and Jillian, how often or like what do you guys do to connect with your culture?
Well, I feel like now being in college, having taken some Asian American classes, that was also like, I guess, another whole new level of like knowing my identity and my culture on top of just being Asian American, like my own experience throughout, my life living here. And I was actually born in Hong Kong, and I immigrated here around 10. So I had some background knowledge on the history of China, Hong Kong, but it was not like extensive. And I guess I was also brought up with those type of values too. Like, for example, a lot of times it's like you have to care for your elders, which is basically what AASCSC is about. And also just like caring for other people, put other people first. Like, for example, if you get on a subway, you see a elderly, you need to give up your seat for them. So it's stuff like that that has been ingrained in my mind that kind of motivated me to behave a certain way and to treat others a certain way. So along with those type of values, just like understanding the Asian American culture, the politics that came with it in history, and just like how underrepresented we are as well, like right now. In Orange County, we have so many Asian Americans, and fortunately, I was able to be in this type of community where I am surrounded by Asian Americans. But in other places in America, there's like not that many, not that many Asian Americans. And yeah, so I feel very grateful to just be in community, to have all these cultural events like Mid-Autumn Festival, like many celebrations, and just all of these cultural things, even just like Little Saigon or like anywhere over here, like cultural events. It's just like I'm very grateful for that.
There's this question is loaded actually. When I think about Asian American identity or culture, I actually am so grateful for this team, that it is so inclusive of so many different cultures, and we have opportunities to learn from each other and not to make any assumptions, and to really draw out what makes each culture or each community special. We have a lot of, commonalities, but what I really think that AASCSC, our role here, is to draw what is unique. Like I go back to Bree that day last week, and I absolutely love the fact that our seniors, our partners, our judges that day were in complete awe of her and her willingness to share that with the community. I think that's really important, to create opportunities for us to see each other for what makes us unique. It was a few years ago I did a talk actually, and one question was, it was talking about racism. And I made a point to say, when you say you're colorblind, when you say you don't see color when you look at me, then you don't see me, because I'm not transparent. I'm not white. I'm not beige. I'm so much more. Like, for my own cultural background, I'm what I consider half Taiwanese and half Chinese. And there's definitely nuances to that. And it's every day that I'm just so grateful that I can pull from that culture. But I was raised here in Orange County. And to tell you the truth, when I look at myself, when I look in the mirror, I see myself as Asian American, right? In different spaces, of course, you're going to represent. But in the larger grand scheme of things, I embrace all of my different identities.
Wow. You guys have such amazing backgrounds. Because I'm just a girl that was born here. I'm like, hey, what's up? I'm Vietnamese. Welcome to the Saigon. I can show you the best places. How has your experience been in serving? I'm gonna open it up, even though it's like this is supposed to be like AAPI focused. But how has your experience been in serving just the communities in Orange County, whether they're AAPI? Orange County has like a vast amount of Hispanic Latino communities here. How was your experience in serving them? And actually, if you remember one of your most favorite memories in like serving the communities, what is that memory? So let's like two-part question. We can marinate on it because I know like you guys, 35 years, that's a lot of work. Wow.
I think for myself, serving the community of Orange County is so important. I think Orange County can be overlooked sometime because we are known as a wealthier city. But our mission, and I think that's why it caught my eye, it was not serving the community of Orange County, but serving the underserved and the ones that need the most help. And there's so many people, and I didn't even know until I started working with AASCSC. There's so many people who need help. There's so many underserved communities, and for us just to take that time, this organization to take that time to look and look deeper into Orange County is so important. And I think that's why I became so passionate, because I was looking outside of Orange County when I was looking for nonprofits to work for. But I didn't realize that it's just right at home. I grew up in Santa Ana all my life, and I didn't understand how much we were in need. And then going back to serving my own community, the Asian Pacific Islander community, I spent a lot of time away from my community when I went to college, and I was just a busy person, and my family wanted me to focus on my sport, on track and field, and on my education. And so I stepped away from my community. And so coming back to my community and serving them and just showing how much education they needed and they could take advantage of, but they didn't. It was important for me, as I started working for this organization, to spread the education and spread that knowledge so that they understand and they know what's available to them. And I think that's what is overlooked in the underserved community, is that they don't know what's out there.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, that's why we have like these programs. One of the programs I'm working on is public health promotion, which is exactly what Bree is saying, to promote all of these resources, to let the community know that it's out there and that they could use it, and to please use it to help them, have a better lifestyle and just have a healthier lifestyle too. But to answer your question, I feel like the moment that I really thought was very like touching, and that there's like a lot of work that we have to do out there, is working one-on-one and just like in person with them, going back to vaccination clinics, because you're literally serving them one-on-one, helping them improve their health with like vaccinations, and you get to talk to them. You see all the different like firsthand experiences that may come, that like have barriers or challenges that they might go through. For example, some of them may not have like passports, they might have lost it, might not have the money to replace it, or they just don't know what's out there and they're undereducated and they do not really know how much is out there and what could actually benefit them because they're not educated, they're not exposed to the information that is real, and they kind of rely on some misinformation as well. So seeing how there are like so many different situations and scenarios that our community faces and all the challenges just kind of opened my eyes to how much is out there, and working firsthand with them is kind of like eye-opening to know how I could also help them, and it's very rewarding for me as well, and kind of is like a motivation to help me want to do more in the community as well.
Again, that's a loaded question. But when I think about like our network, of course, our partners such as Hope Community Services are key, because you guys definitely serve a population in which, for us, there's more people to serve than those serving. So I'm always very grateful and relieved that you guys are there. And I know that we can trust you. Like when we send somebody or send a family to you, I don't have to think twice, right? And when I reflect on, what are my favorite moments or of serving, I have to say part of it is understanding the pulse of the invisible. I think about the restaurant workers. I think about people in the service industry. I think about the farm workers, in which people will be really surprised that we do serve in different capacities. And they're the ones, again, like I said, they may not come through our doors, but we send our team out there to engage them and to find out what's going on, how can we share. And, there was a running thing in Orange County is equity. So that's what I think our role is to bring resources and information to help with that journey within these communities, for them to understand that they work day in, day out, they have long hours, they sometimes are underpaid, right? Or more than often they're underpaid. And it's taxing on their bodies, on their soul, on their spirit, physically, but we're there when they need us. Because part of what we do is making us available while people really are in different stages of their lives. Jillian talked about how actually both of you guys talked about our HVP, in which we work with mothers who are pregnant or have children up to 5 years old. That, again, isn't something is assumed that we do, but we do it very well. Mm-hmm. And with that, we found out we are people in the community share with us what's really going on. And I what I like our role here right now is to be that liaison, to share with the county, to share with government agencies, to share with all levels from, city to county to state, even federal, on what's really happening with the community and how we can help them.
Every time they answer a question, I'm like speechless because like I'm just like in awe of the things that you guys do. So I can't really like bring a follow up, and I'm like struggling out here. But you guys talked about like all the things that you've accomplished. Like you guys have so many programs. You guys have done that direct one-on-one with all community members like across Orange County. For your personal work, is there something that you want to accomplish in the upcoming future? It can be within like, maybe next week, the next 6 months, maybe in like 2 years or something. Is there something that you want to accomplish while continuing out this community work?
I'll go first. So I think this is a great platform for us to share the fact that, it's been 35 years. And our seniors, they actually called a meeting with us several times over because they want to see some new opportunities. Because we always ask them, tell us what's going on or else we don't know. Share with us so we can make decisions that are based off of real need versus our assumptions or others' assumptions. And so right now we are really exploring and looking to open a adult daycare for our seniors. It's going to be a space in which they will have their daily activities to keep them engaged, but also to have the medical services to keep them out of the homes, to keep them home, actually. whether it's to keep the individual or couples together. That's really our goal right now.
Not gonna lie, we trying to do that too. We trying to
Right?
do that too. This is needed. It's definitely
It's very needed.
If anyone can, if any funders out there want to sponsor us,
Right.
like
Manifest.
hit us up.
Manifest.
Like we're right here. Like you have our contact. We're talking to each other right now. But for Jillian and Bree, is there something that you guys personally want to accomplish while carrying out the community work you guys have been doing at AASCSC?
Yeah, I think for myself, since I have been working with AASCSC, I really want to hone into my community, the Tongan and Samoan community. I think because we are a very prideful people, we don't go and seek for help. And so I just want them to understand and know that that help is out there. And even if it's help in a way where you're getting educated or you're getting the information that you need when it comes to your health, your mental health, or with youth, or if you're passionate about starting a business, like I think that it's so important for them to understand that it's out there. And if we take advantage of it, we will thrive and we will succeed. I think we have the lowest percentage of college graduates in our Tongan community. And I just want to be a bridge for them. And because we aren't like we love so hard, but it's really hard to break our barriers and break our walls down. And so I hope that when they see this and when they see members or community members who look like me who do this work, when they see it, I hope that it inspires them to move forward and grow as a community, but also not be afraid to open new doors for themselves.
I'm going to say something kind of cliche, but it's to spread love everywhere. I think, in this generation, there's like a lot of division, a lot of like judgment. So like, I know that there's a lot of assumptions that every culture could make about different cultures. So just to kind of bring awareness that once you understand their perspective and put yourself in their shoes, you are able to understand much more, and you're able to understand why they behave the way they do, and along with all the other things that they do. So with that, I hope to spread that love and understanding and empathy, like so that they're able to feel that they are, they deserve the help and that they are cared for. And this is like with a lot of different things, like with like our underserved community, low income groups, different racial and ethnic groups. It kind of goes across all of these groups, and even like our youth program as well. In our YAL, we have a lot of youth that are, in Orange County, and it's really important to educate them on these things and expose them to these volunteer opportunities so that they're able to see like how much more work we have to do out there. And we're like the next generation, and that's why it's also really important to educate them as well, but also to create that soft heart in everyone so that we're able to empathize with people. And I think it's pretty easier said than done, and I know there are a lot more layers to it, but as long as we put our pride down and ego down, we're able to empathize with other people, put ourselves in other people's shoes, and I think that itself will make a big difference. And like, for example, me, like every time I see our older adults, they're always like so happy and joyful, and like they're like smiling, and that makes me smile too. And who knows, like maybe them seeing me smile will make them happier and make their day as well. So just that, I just want everyone to experience that type of joy and touching loveness that I feel whenever I see these communities that I help smile. And yeah, like even when I see our low income groups like working at like the grocery stores, I always, be nice to them because you never know what's going on in their lives. And like Jennifer said, there's a lot of different stages in their lives that they could be going through. They could have lost someone. They could have just been evicted. You never know what's going on, but at least, being nice to them and showing empathy and then also understanding to know how to help them, that will create, I think, a better community, and that will even make their day much better too.
Firsthand, I can definitely attest to you that you already are doing that. As a partner, we can let you know you guys are doing that. Before we wrap up this amazing session of getting to know you guys a little more, I wanted to really highlight maybe just like the work you guys do in the office as a team. Can you let me know what is your favorite AASCSC memory in the office?
Oh.
There's a lot of things that happen in the office.
Yeah.
I come in and I'm like, yo, what's going on? What's going on?
What's the tea? You want to go first?
I need to think about it a little. There's too many.
I'll bring up something.
Okay.
So we have a donor out there who grows winter melon. And this elderly couple every year donates as many as possible so that we can share with our team, share with the seniors. And it's always so much fun because these are huge. And it's usually during Lunar New Year time. So we all get ready and we call our president, who has a lot of tools out there, and we're like, we need your help to saw this watermelon open. So those are the times that I think about, taking a break from the daily grind and having some team bonding moments. And I always really appreciate that because everybody's all hands on, all in. And, Annie, I really appreciate your acknowledgement, the fact that you love our team, the vibe that we have.
I literally love you guys. Like, am I always trying to go to your office? A little. The meetings kind of stop me, but every time I'm there, it feels like home.
Yeah. So for me, I'm always so appreciative, and I acknowledge everybody's talent that they bring to the table, their passion that they bring to the table, their empathy, but also their openness, right? It's just always really revitalizing for me sometimes to see like the next generation between Jillian and Bree and so many others on our team taking the lead and thinking outside the box and being passionate about what's important to them and to apply that to our bigger mission. Because there's a theme that I always bring up. It's the collective, right? So when I look at this team, I'm just so proud. And when I look at Hope, I'm really proud. Annie, you come a long way. Jane, behind the scenes, you've come a long way. Look at this setup. It's so impressive. Yeah.
Thank you. But thank you.
I think just everyday life at the office. I can't really pick one moment, to be honest with you, but it's always like the little things that count the most, and like we have fun in the office. We always have snacks. We have pocky, we have seaweed. We have all these different things that we could share with each other. Some of us a lot of times make food so that they could share with us, and those are pretty good too. And then a lot of roasting each other, very friendly roasting, and all the jokes we make to each other, even like TikToks too. Mm-hmm. So it's just kind of like daily life at the office, like little like moments of fun and like roasting each other.
Just the roasting each other.
Yeah.
I think I'm just bounce off of that and say that I love that our staff at AASCSC, we kind of roll together as a family. And I think that's why I had such a great connection with them, because of the way that we work in the office. It's like, Jillian's my sis. I'll just be like, hey, I need help, sis. Can you help me with this grant? or like we call Jim Uncle Jim or Simon, you know, like we're not afraid to address each other, and we're so straight up with each other, which makes it easier to work, right? There's no tension because we're so forward with each other, and it just works perfectly. But I will say one memory that I do have, and this is with my office roomies, which are Heidi, Luz, and Michelle. We were all sitting there stressed before our Lunar New Year fundraiser. And we're stressed in our office, and Jim, Jennifer, and Luna are in the common office, and Simon's in his office, and so all the doors are open. And we're just sitting there stressing our brains out because we have Lunar New Year fundraiser, and then I'm working on a grant, so I'm sitting there stress eating, and you know Heidi's over there, and we're playing music, and then all of a sudden Simon comes in with the speaker and 2 microphones, and I was like, "What are you doing, Simon? We're trying to." He's like, "No, we're gonna pause, and we're gonna sing a song," and so we break out into full-on karaoke in the middle of the office, and all I see is Luna walk in, and she's looking at us, and she closes the door because they're about to hop into an important meeting. And you just hear us screaming our hearts out to "You Belong With Me" by Taylor Swift. And Luna just walks away, and she's like, "You're good. Let me just close the door, but you guys are good. Have fun." But it's just like a little moment like that where we're all stressed out, and one of us could feel like the whole energy, and we're like, "Hold up, we got to take a break and bring that joy back into our hearts before we continue our work." So yeah.
Oh, that's so cute. Jane, can we do a karaoke session? She's behind the scenes. Okay. We'll do it later today. I've been kind of missing it. Y'all want to stay back for a little bit?
I'm down for karaoke.
Just let me know. You guys are like a 15-minute drive over. I'll just like run through, you know? But thank you for coming here, sharing your experiences, being inspiring, not only for the CBOs in Orange County, but for like all communities, because I have seen the resilience and effort that you guys put out. You guys like are so present in every event that I go to, and even at the events I'm not at. Like I'm like, "Hey, where's the other house team?" They're like, "They're at another event," and I'm like, "It is a Saturday." Like that is actually crazy. So like these people, they will hit the ground running forever, like just to serve and make sure that everyone in Orange County gets what they need. But before we end the podcast and recording, this is your time to promote whatever you guys want for AASC. But be mindful that this might get uploaded at the end of the month, so it might have passed already. Or whatever you want to do, like give a special shout out or anything. This is your time.
I just want to thank you guys for hosting this and getting our program out there. I think that the work that we both do is very important to our communities that we serve. And I just want to give a shout out to all our AASCSC staff and the work that they continue to do. They're sitting in the office right now while we're sitting behind these mics, but just the work that they do and that they're so appreciated. And Bree loves you. We all love you, but Bree loves you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to you guys too. And it really is like a family. There are like so many different types of families that we have, but I feel like always seeing you guys, it makes me like feel like home, you know? So thank you to you guys and for our collaboration. And that's really how we're able to make a difference in the community.
Mm-hmm. I would have to say, you know, with the wrap up API Heritage Month, the wrap up Mental Health, wrap up of Older Adult Month, I have to do a big shout out to our team and also to the other teams out there, including Hope, for really sticking with the grind and having grace for each other. But I want to say also that I hope that everybody makes a conscious decision to create a culture in which we can communicate, create a culture where we feel included, create a culture when we can speak up when we don't feel included or we kind of feel left out. I think, you know, we talk a lot about inclusion but we have to make a very concerted effort to make that happen. So I would really like to close that our big event last week, mini celebration, that's an example of we don't want to leave anybody out, right? And again, I want to thank Hope Community Services for giving us a shout out for making this possible. It's amazing, and I plan to rent this space from you guys. All right?
Totally okay. Just let me know.
Okay.
We can easily do it.
Thank
You just need to provide your background, because I don't know if y'all want to use a Hope in your little media.
That's okay. We're all one in the...
Honestly, yeah. We're the same. Everybody always mixes us up together.
Yeah.
But, I'm gonna let everybody know that, like, this partnership, like, was strengthened in the tortilla stands of Northgate.
Yes, right?
Until like 7 p.m. Like, we were there from 12. I remember 12 set up all the way to 7 p.m. cleanup. Us, Mercy Health,
Tortillas,
cornbread, cornbread. Sometimes we would go get snacks. We'd get ceviche because we were that hungry, and it was dinner time. Tasty.
It's tradition.
Tasty, yeah. So, thank you everyone for joining us for this segment of our Community HOPEcast. Please follow our socials and their socials, okay? Because their TikToks, their videos are actually really good. Like, you guys say you guys want to film TikToks with me, but we haven't scheduled a time for that, so maybe we'll do it after. But we're Hope Community Services is at Give Us Hope OC on our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube and Spotify. And what platforms are you guys on, and what's your handle?
We are on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Facebook is the Asian American Senior Citizen Service Center, and our Instagram is at AASCSC, and then our Twitter is at AASCSC1.
Or just go to Hope. You can find us through Hope.
Yeah, honestly, like, we're tagged. Like, just go through our following list. Like, everything's easy. We're probably honestly, we tagged them on our stories like almost every day.
and when you don't, we're like, can you please tag us?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know who's running the account, because I hop in, and actually sometimes I don't even know if I'm texting you guys on my personal account or I'm texting you guys on the work account. But anyways, thanks for joining us. Big special shout out to AASCSC. They have been doing amazing work in Orange County. I truly love all of them. Every single member. Please get to know every single member. And if you haven't, follow us on our Instagrams, Facebook, Twitters, YouTubes, LinkedIn, whatever. You'll find us. Bye.
Bye.